Hey, um, it's 9:30 in the morning. I'm exhausted because I was up early. Because I had to be, but I was up at like 5:30 or something. Because I got up because I had to go to the bathroom, and then I tried to go back to sleep. I couldn't. So I've been up since then. I might actually take a nap after this because I did my schoolwork. Um, I have two stories. I just finished my, like, today, not like right before this, but like today I finished it was it was more animal signs, but honestly I don't remember enough of them. I'm tired. I already have two stories. The one I forgot last week because my brain was fried after karate. So I'm not gonna share them. I'm sorry. Um so the one story, I got hurt again. I wish I was joking. I'm not. Um, it's minor injury, but I got hurt again. Second thing is the karate school I go to is doing a program at the daycare my mom works at. Let's talk a bit about that. Um, as far as injury though, because that's gonna be the first one, it's like the injury's not that bad. I scraped my knees, but I am gonna describe something that even like grosses me out a bit. So I'm just put like little warning that it is like a bit gross. Um, so I don't. Um, I'm trying to think of. Because like trying to search through videos is sometimes like really difficult. So I'm trying to think of something that would be like, hey, you're good. I don't know. I mean, I think they start out say like, hey, you're safe, but I hope that's enough. Yeah. So I'm gonna start the story. So if you, a little bit gross, not too bad, but a little bit gross. So if that's wrong, just skip ahead to the other story. I don't edit these, so I don't have a timestamp. I apologize. Maybe I can figure out, like, once I post it. I could do that. I might forget. I should get to the point. Okay. This one Saturday, and I do the laundry at laundromat, because, like, the apartment my mom and I live in, like, there are, like, washing machines and stuff, but, it's another part of the building, so we actually have to go outside, go to the other door, because there's multiple doors in the building, so it's like in sections. So I have to go outside to get to the door for that part of the building. I have to go down the stairs, and it still costs money. So you have to pay for it whether or not you go to a laundromat or do it here. So there's that. My mom has a lot of like pain and stuff, so it's difficult for her to carry the laundry. So like the stairs and you go outside, like it is difficult. So my dad and I do it. Probably said that way too fast. My dad and I do it. I think it's just there was the whole thing they set up that was like really complicated anyway now. But anyway, we've been doing it for a while. So did the laundromat. I took it outside, and then I had to go back in because I had to go to the bathroom. So I was done. Like I jogged back outside, and I tripped on the sidewalk right in front of the door. I don't know how, cause Because I feel like either I'm the clumsiest person ever or I have like great balance. I feel like there's no in between. Well, it's either no balance or no spatial awareness. Because something I have done multiple times is I'm just straight up not paying attention. Like, you can probably tell by watching these, like, I move my hands a lot when I talk. Um, I. So, something I've done multiple times is I'm not paying attention to what's around me when I'm moving my hand, and I just hit my hand on, like, a table or something. I remember I was at my grandparents' house. Um, I think we might have been, like, playing a game or something. I don't know. Because, like, I've played Uno with them before. So, like, we might have been doing that. I don't remember. But either way, I'm sitting at the table and my hands were on my lap. And their dog, ended up, like, sniffing my hands or something. And I didn't know what was happening. So, because it just something and it felt weird. So I jumped. So my hands went up. But since my hands were on my lap, they were under the table. So I just hit both my wrists on the table. Like the underside of it. So I've gotten multiple injuries, mostly like bruises, from either lack of spatial awareness or clumsiness. So I. Like, normally I don't fall or anything, but for some reason, I tripped, not even over anything. That sidewalk was clear. I know this. There wasn't anything on that sidewalk. I tripped on my own feet in front of the door. So I fell. I scraped both my knees. We had to go to the store afterwards. Because it was laundry and then we had to go food shopping. So I was holding a tissue to my bloody knee. Because the right one, I think, fell second. So it, like, yeah, it was bleeding, but, like, it wasn't too bad. But my left knee, it still hasn't healed yet. My right knee is scabbed over. Still hasn't healed yet. And it's bruised. So, yay. Somehow I ended up with, like, 2 scratches on the side. And I don't even know how I got that. Because I'm assuming it's from that. But it's, like, the scab and then, like, not scab, the scrape and then, like, 2 scratches on the side. It's like, where did that even come from? So I'm holding a tissue to my bloody knee while we're on the way to the store. So we go, like, before we go in, dad works as a lifeguard, so he has a pack with medical supplies in his car, thankfully. So he gave me one of the band-aids from there. So I went into the bathroom. Thankfully, the store had paper towels because because I don't think all places, like, the bathrooms have paper. I think some of them is just the air dryers now. So I think I had paper towels. So with the paper towel, like, I wiped off the blood and I bandaged my knee up. He only gave me one band-aid because it was like, oh, only the one needs, and it's like, I'd really prefer covering both of them, but okay, fine. And they, like, hurt and, like, stung for hours. I hated that. And something I didn't even know about was, I don't know how to say it, so I pulled up the search because I asked my dad and he said it was a normal thing. But I just wanted to check, so I ended up looking it up. So there's this clear fluid that will come out of a wound. It's mostly water. That's probably why it's clear. That helps with cleaning it, healing. I didn't know this was a thing. So since I don't know how to say the name, I'm just gonna hold search real quick. Because I looked it up right before this, just so I had it. I hope that focuses. I can't tell. Because it's reflecting the bookshelf, so it's hard to see whether or not focused. Hopefully you can see that. I'll spit on my phone. Ew. I was going to spit when I talk. Thankfully not often, but bleh. Anyway. So I didn't realize that. So there were a few times where that would like run down my leg. So I had to like wipe that up. The annoying thing about that is apparently, because not like the little pads in bandages, apparently it'll like go onto that, but instead of like soaking in like blood does, it'll just like dry on it and get sticky. And I think that might be part of the reason why my left knee didn't heal yet, because I was keeping both of them covered most of the time. My right knee's been scabbed over. I am no longer doing that. Apparently, because the scab is like really dry, so like it was itchy. So it's like, oh, would it be okay to put lotion on it with it being dried? And yes, it is safe to put lotion on a scab. Well, it says petroleum jelly or unscented lotion. I don't know when I got it, but I have like a small thing of Vaseline lotion. So, and if I remember, like I'm 90% sure that Vaseline is like the most like well-known petroleum jelly. So it's unscented lotion and it has Vaseline in it, or it's just like the brand. I'm not sure. I don't remember. But anyway, it's unscented lotion, like it hasn't irritated it, so I did that last night and I did this morning. I've been keeping, since yesterday, I've been keeping my left knee uncovered during the day because, like I said, the fluid, I don't know how to say it gets like sticky. So I take the Band-Aid off, and like I'm doing it slowly so it doesn't hurt. And I would see like something is like in between my knee and the Band-Aid, so it's like it's peeling. Like it is literally peeling off whatever was there. So it just looks like it looks almost fresh, except for the lack of blood. So I hope keeping it uncovered, it'll heal. It's just a scrape, it's not bad, but like I can't put any weight on it, which is very inconvenient. Especially like with karate, it's not uncommon for self-defense that like you use your knees, and sometimes even like bending my knee. And this was the other thing that I was saying was kind of gross. Because taking off the Band-Aid, like the peeling, like that kind of grosses me out. I'm gonna be honest, I don't like it. And then the other thing is sometimes when I bend my knee, my right knee's fine since it's scabbed over now, but when they were both open, so my left knee being the one open, it feels like my skin is like stretching or like pulling, and it probably is, but it feels weird, and I don't like it. I don't like it. So yeah, I got injured again. Because I was talking to my dad after so like I said, this happened Saturday. So on Friday, the day before, I was talking to my dad, and I was like, because the worst injuries I've gotten, minus whatever happened to my toe, because that hurt so bad. It was thankfully fine in like a week. My mom still says I broke it. She was like, oh, once you said it, like, it's fine. It was fine after like a week. So I'm not sure if it was broken. My mom still says it was. But not counting that, like, the worst injuries I've gotten were when I was a kid, because I fractured my ankle when I was 2. I have no clue what happened. My parents don't either, because they weren't there. Because I think that's because I've been told this story 100 times. I tripped in the hallway. No one else was in the hallway. So they just heard me fall and start crying. So they don't actually know what happened. I was told I tripped over a box and somehow fractured my ankle. So that's one of my worst injuries. And then the other one, again, I don't remember it. I don't know how old I was. I don't know if I've ever been told that. But when I was a kid, I bit my tongue. So what I was told was I was like running around or something with my tongue sticking out. And we had a microwave cart. And I slammed my chin on the microwave cart, and because my tongue was out, I ended up on my tongue. There was like a lot of blood. According to my dad, there's a scar on my tongue. I don't know if that's true. Not like I look that much, because that's a little odd. It's a little odd. But yeah, 2 out of my 3 worst injuries were when I was a kid. The other one was my toe from I wasn't paying attention. Like, literally, I was just like, I already told the story, but I was helping my mom fix her sheets, and just somehow, since my foot was, like, under the bed, so I was close to it, I completely missed my hand. On the, like a thing. So, yeah. So, when my dad picked me up Friday, I was talking to him. It's just like, I hope that my worst injuries, like, stay in my childhood. And he said that because I do karate, it's like, that's a high risk thing. Because there's an inherent risk of injury doing something like that. Like, I've actually gotten bruises from karate. Like, they're gone in a few days. It's whatever. And I was looking into possibly doing parkour, so it was like, you already do a high-risk thing, you're possibly going to do another one. And I was like, I said my worst injuries. I don't want to get another serious injury. Like, reason I want 2 out of my 3 worst injuries to stay in childhood. I don't want to get more. And then the next... Those grapes aren't bad, but the next day I both my knees. I don't know why this is funny, and my humor is probably broken, and I'm tired. I've only been up for like 4 hours? Almost 5. It's almost 10 o'clock. I've been up for almost 5 hours. But anyway, I'm kind of repeating myself, so I'm just gonna say, if you left, you've grossed out, you're safe now. I don't know what this was, but you're safe. I'm gonna move on to the next story. So, like I said, my mom works at a daycare, and karate school is doing a program. It's 3 weeks, so every Tuesday, one of my instructors, and then I've been helping out with it, and 2 different people in my class went 2 different days, because it's 3 weeks, but it's only 1 day a week, so it's technically 3 days. It's 3 Tuesdays, so it was last week, it was this week, and then it's next week. So I've helped out twice. So, the kids that were signed up were split into 3 groups. It's an hour and a half total. It's 30 minutes with each group. But even though it's not that early in the morning, I won't have a ride if I just get up at normal time. So I have to get up to go to work with my mom, and the daycare opens at 6:30, and she opens. So on Tuesday, my mom woke me up and I was like, ugh, 'cause I didn't want to get out of bed. And she was about to get in the shower, and before she did, I was like, I regret my decisions and I want to go back to sleep. I end up, because there's some classrooms that are empty, because there's just not enough people for them to be open, or there's not enough kids, whatever the situation is. So I was in one of the empty classrooms, and I fell asleep on the floor. Called me to wake me up, and it's just like, I will be down in a minute. I have to go to the bathroom. And then I will, because it's in the basement, and I was upstairs, so it's like, give me a minute to go to the bathroom, and then I will be downstairs. I mean, it's, I don't know which kids show up to daycare that day, like, either you can get a good group or a group of chaos gremlins. Like, it depends on the kids, it depends on the day. I mean, Tuesday, like, you know what I mean. Like, the first week, the first group, there was one kid who kept going to play with the toys, and it's like, no, it's student karate. Like, you can play with toys in half hour, and you'll be back in your classroom and play with toys. So the kids can be a lot, but some of them are really sweet. Also, the first week, there was one kid who didn't want to do it, and at one point, he ended up just laying on the floor behind my instructor. So she either moved forward or like moved to the side. It's just like, I don't want to hit you. Oh, another thing. It's over here. So I shown before. This is Floppy. Floppy, I brought him during Autism Acceptance Month to class one day, and then I so I saw him because I sat him on the windowsill with my stuff, or he was next to my mom, I don't remember. So I just took Floppy, set him on top of one of the Wave Masters, and Floppy was part of class. So I kept bringing Floppy, and he kept just staying on. It got to the point where you would see Floppy over my mom, and she would just hand him over. So I just started bringing him onto the mat. And since I have a different instructor now, Floppy does just sit on the side of my stuff. But I did bring him to the karate program because to multiple people in my class and my other instructor, Floppy is a part of class. She actually, because Floppy didn't have brown belts, because he promoted with me last time. And promotion is, oh my god, promotion is coming up next week. I think promotion's next week, because it's, third stripe week was this week. So yeah, promotion's coming up. Oh my god. She offered to make Floppy brown belts. And then, like, one of my classmates, I brought another stuffed animal in, I don't remember if I showed him. He was right here. His name is Jameson, because I've been very attached to him. So I brought Jameson in, and she's just like, yes! Like, one of the younger students, she's in a kid's class. Her mom's in my class. Because like I said, I just set him on the windowsill with the rest of my stuff. Um, and she'll just like run up. I went to Floppy. Can't see Floppy. He's off camera. But goes up and just like. Or like, if my mom's talking to someone and waiting to leave, so I'm just here and she'll ask to hold one of them, or just like. And during promotion, because I had to tie my own belt on, she tied on Floppy's belt. And, like, held him up so like hold out his belt. So I'm getting off track. I brought Floppy to the karate program. And I had set him on the window, and then we were in the basement. It was a little bit high up. Because if you're outside, the window is ground level. And none of the kids noticed him. It's like, okay, cool. Like, he's just chilling. And then right at the end, one of the kids saw Floppy. And it's like, okay. And then took Floppy off the windowsill. And it's like, okay. But then he didn't want to give him back. Now, this kid, nothing against him, because, like, I've talked to him. He's a sweet kid most of the time. The main thing with him is just, like, if, like, things too much, like, he's overstimulated, like, he can, like, lash out and get kind of violent. But most of the time, like, he's a sweet kid, it's because he's overwhelmed. But also, I didn't want, like, him to, like, lash out if I just took Floppy back, so I had to wait until he was willing to give him back. I don't know how to say it without being rude, honestly, because I feel like I'm sounding really rude. Like, there was, same kid, there was one time, because, like, a lot of the teachers don't know what to do, because I'm pretty sure, like, they treat him like a problem, which is just more likely to make him upset, therefore lash out, therefore cause a problem. Anyway, so there was one time he was sitting in the office with my mom. I was already on the phone with her. I don't remember for what. And I think she had to, like, go do something, or I don't remember. Anyway, at one point, she handed the phone to him. He's not even 7, so we shouldn't know about this, but he likes Five Nights at Freddy's. I also love Five Nights at Freddy's. So we ended up talking about it for a bit. And that was fun, honestly. Because he likes, like, Five Nights at Freddy's, Poppy Playtime, stuff like that. And it's like, child, you're not even 7. You shouldn't know about this? But no, it's too late. So I'll just talk to you about it. Like, I'm cool with that. Like, because my sister and I are both fans of that stuff. Like, I literally talk to him about this stuff like I would talk to my sister. The main thing is that instead of, like, more back and forth, like, I let him lead the conversation. Honestly. I feel that's the only difference. So I don't have anything against the kid. Because I'm like, I don't want to sound rude, but, like, why did it have to be that kid who took Floppy? I got him back. I got him back a few hours later. I just went up to the classroom he was in, and the kids were eating lunch. Floppy was on the table, like, between them. I've been talking for a while. How do I talk for so long? I don't know. Like, I don't know. I'm hungry. I want to get lunch, but it's too early for lunch. It's only 10 o'clock. Okay. One more, like, I was gonna say quick thing, but knowing me, it's probably not gonna be quick. I got to see my cousin this week. So for repairs, they had to shut off our water the one day. It was I think it was Monday. It was Monday. So they shut off our water for a few hours on Monday. And it's just like, I don't want to be here. The water's off. Because that would not be fun. So they only knew the night before. So both my grandparents are retired. My grandmother watches my cousin most days. And my grandfather was like, he has to do something, like he's home. So I asked my mom, like, could he pick me up? So he called him. He said he would pick me up. So he did, and took me to my aunt's house because he's been helping my aunt and uncle with something. He's building a bathroom in their basement. So he was doing that, which is why I was at my aunt's house. So I got to hang out with my cousin. So that was nice. My brain it was just emptied of all thoughts. My brain is empty of all thoughts. But I got sad for a bit. Because she had, like, this foam plane. So we were throwing that around. Mostly me. Because she kept switching between thing to another thing to another thing to another thing. Honestly, the foam plane was really cool. She didn't know how to throw it for it to, like, you know? She would just, like, grab it like this, and then it just went right to the ground. It's like, it's okay. As long as you're having fun. She ended up swinging for a bit, because she has, like, a kid's, I don't know if it would be baby swing, because normally baby swing, I think of, like, the ones at the park where it's just, like, I'm maybe comparing it to a bowl, and I don't know if that's accurate. But she was swing-like out. She was like, she swing for a bit. Family sign my grandmother would do is she'll, like, hold her up, and she's like, oh, have a tree like a monkey. So I tried to do it, like, actually do it. I couldn't pull myself up, and then, like, trying to hold on to the tree kind of hurt my hands. But, I mean, they're fine, but it's not easy to do, honestly. And then my girl just, like, oh my cousin, and she's just like, eh. And she's like, I did it! It's like, sure. She, so, there's two chairs, and there's, like, a small space between them in the living room. Um, and if a blanket's put over, which my grandmother will do, then my cousin will go like between the chairs, so she'll be underneath the blanket. And she calls it her creek. So she showed me her creek when I was there. I was actually able, because the chairs are a little bit away from the wall, I was actually able to go behind one of the chairs, so I was in the creek. It's just the floor, but it's fine. Yeah, I had fun hanging out with her, honestly. Like, I don't always know what to do with kids. Like, sometimes I'm just like, huh. But it's nice to see her. It was fun to hang out with her. Apparently my aunt had a book on how to make, like, different designs of paper airplanes. And it was a decent sized book with 6 designs. Because the rest of it was paper. So you can make the planes. And, like, there was some with, like, neat patterns and stuff. And there were, like, there were lines to guide you on how to make it. So the paper was actually labeled with names. So it's like, oh, you use this paper to make this one because it has the guidelines for it. And it's just like, I like this design and I want to make this one. So I didn't actually follow the guidelines. Because I wanted the designs for different ones. I made 2 of the same plane. It looked kind of odd, honestly, but it didn't nosedive nearly as much as the planes that I made when I was a kid, so I call that a win. Because there were a lot of them where it's like, oh, you just this thing, and, like, it, like, does, like, swirls and stuff, and, like, I just want to fly straight. And I want to, like, glide, because that's cool. I don't want to go all over, like, because I used to make pretty basic airplanes, and then they just, like, go a bit, and then just nosedive, and then nose would just slowly get crushed. I'm getting way off topic with the plane thing. Made some paper airplanes. Designs were cool, because there was one that was, like, not tie-dye. I was gonna say tie-dye. Watercolor. It looks like watercolor. I have no idea how they did it, because it was paper. I'm assuming it's printed. Anyway, I'm getting very distracted. I'm tired. I don't have any other stories because I had screening. I had the daycare program. The last week is the last one next week. And then I got to hang out with my cousin. I really want to take a nap. I want to take a nap. So, stay safe. Have a good day.